It's what teachers should teach in classrooms, and that's how to think instead of what to learn.
There's not tests, there's not assignments from a teacher. It's a lot more creative thinking and problem solving. So I think it's more real world skills.
We're all in there in real lab coats with like real equipment and everything. We're doing real projects that lots of universities are doing just the same thing that we're doing.
I found that I was able to learn about what I was interested in and really discover things that I wanted to learn about.
Not only has it given me a bunch of opportunities, but it's shown me that science isn't only a textbook, it's also a language.
Anything you want to do, you can see if it's possible. And this program allows you to do that.
It's a lot of fun because you're working with students as co-learners instead of already knowing the answer, which is most of the labs that we put together for our traditional classrooms. And really in science class, we don't give them that opportunity. We don't give them the chance to be scientists, and so that's what I wanted to do.
There's such a big difference between learning science out of a textbook and learning science in a laboratory setting, like research scientists, where it's hands-on. You're learning in a completely different way.
So it was going to be a summer and after-school program in which students work together with scientists and with teacher mentors, and they conduct real science. And so we applied for the grant, and we were funded by the Burroughs Wellcome Fund. We're able to take them on trips, purchase equipment, and that type of thing in order to facilitate their inquiry. The goals of the Burroughs Wellcome Fund are threefold: to encourage student enthusiasm for science, to improve student competence in science, and they also really want to maybe help, not all, but more students go into the field of science as a career. We felt that our goals were so aligned, and so we proceeded with the grant application, and not only did they help us apply, but they've supported us throughout the entire program with knowledge that they had, connections that they had, and really, I mean, there is no way this program would exist without them.
The 4-H Connection, the partnership with Time, all they've known is the classroom. And so what I get to do is connect them to people beyond the classroom that they would have never met without this connection. It also makes them feel like they are actually contributing and what they're doing matters because these people are interested.
Part of the idea here today is to give them a little bit of kind of natural history juice so that they can go and think about different projects, research projects that they would like to carry out. Give them an idea of what are some of the elements in the environment that they're going to be working with, perhaps what some study animals might be that they could work with to conduct scientific research, and also just to kind of get them out a little bit and interacting with nature, which I think is something that's really important that this program does a great job of.
There's several volunteers that come in and help with this program. A lot of them are scientists that are retired, or even some of them are still working. They'll come in, present to us, give us ideas, or others will come in, listen to us present our own projects, and then give us feedback on what we can do to make it better.
So part of it is just getting them out of the books to start thinking about questions and to get curious. I think what's important about the Time program is then we go to the next steps. Okay, you've got a question, how would you answer it? Which is a big challenge, especially for a 9th grader who's never had physics and chemistry. I didn't think it could be done. And one of the things I've learned is that students are naturally curious, are then motivated to say, okay, I don't understand all the chemistry, but I want to understand how this works, and they can handle it. And that's what's really fun, is sort of realizing that they can do it.
So it's not only science things that they're learning, right, but developmental things, I think, as well, because they're learning to work together, and we're there as mentors. We're not telling them really what to do and how to do things. And I know talking to students who've already graduated, and they'd like it because they've had to figure things out on their own.
So I applied for another grant, and it gave us an opportunity to turn it into a school day course, and that gave them the opportunity to have an hour and a half every day for a semester set aside so that they were able to conduct their experiment.
Before this class, I wasn't really, I mean, science was cool, but I never really thought about doing it as a career. Now I'm like, oh man, this is the greatest thing ever. This is what I want to do for a living.
Well, I guess throughout the semester, I watched them develop all the skills and habits of mind really necessary to become a scientist. Students experience real research and the rigors that go along with that. They have all the challenges and setbacks, the roadblocks to get over as they go, and it is not easy. They have to keep working and working, and what's amazing to me is that they go through all that and they don't just survive it, but they love it.
We all just absorb that because kids are really into being curious.
When I was in graduate school, a Johns Hopkins professor told me that you can't do real research with high school students. But Times students have been the first to discover BD fungus in green salamander populations in North Carolina. They have documented endangered hellbender locations, and they've isolated endophytes from medicinal plants and found that those isolates also exhibited medicinal properties. That's real research. The future is really, I just love it the way it is right now. It's really starting to come into its own now, where not only are they doing the work, they're able to report it and communicate it to others in a really high quality fashion.
There's like endless possibilities with the class. We have students that are going to international science fairs, and some were offered internships just because of their project that they did in this class.
I mean, I dove headfirst into it, kind of unknowingly, and I've pretty much fallen in love with it.
I met so many incredible people.
It had a big difference on me.
I learned a lot about public speaking, communicating with others.
I definitely just want to do research, and I discovered that through the TIME program.
It really is all about the discovery and helping others understand how important science is.
Yeah, it's that and more. It's amazing.